What's up, fam? It's Chappell, host of the Recap Kickback podcast, here for the latest exit interview of Deal or No Deal Island as a part of the RHAP Hit or Quit podcast feed. And I'm here with our most recently eliminated contestant from Deal or No Deal Island, Nick. Nick, what's up, man?
What's going on, Chappell? How you doing, man?
Man, I am good, but I have a lot of questions for you about last night's episode. How's everything been?
Hey, listen, man, reliving trauma is never a good thing in life, but it had to be done, so I'm glad it's over with now.
Okay, so in last night's episode, you were faced with the opportunity to stay with your own case or take the banker's deal. Take us through your decision making process in that moment that led you to accept the deal as opposed to staying with the case that you already had.
Yeah, man. So it was a battle between your heart and your mind. So the heart was with number nine. My mind was telling me number six. I was having weird dreams the night before about this number six. It was like the weirdest thing in the world. I swear. I never felt this before, never had this in my I don't know what happened. I never dreamed like this. So I was going with a dream and like, oh, this happened for a reason. And then my heart, which was number nine, which chose to be my case. Ultimately, I chose number six, technically, in the grand scheme of things, and it backfired on me. So I tell you, I should have went with my heart, and I'm no gypsy or no mind reader. I don't know what's going on, Should have stuck with my guns.
Yeah, we were very surprised to see that you ended up switching out at that moment. But we did see you earlier in the episode in the ocean saying that it was time for the owl to slay the dragon. And it looked like you were faced with the opportunity to eliminate Boston Rob. Now, had you beat the banker, was there any chance that you were not going to target Rob for elimination?
No, I mean, I know people like, oh, would you have changed your mind? Would you have done this and that because of Steph? At the end of the day, Rob was my biggest threat in the game. So why not take Rob out when I have the opportunity? If Rob's not there, no one's gonna stop me. So, I didn't think there was gonna be nothing was gonna change. Would have dealt with that whole situation with Steph after the fact, but Rob was just gonna be the one, just off of gameplay. How could I not take Rob out when I had the chance?
Yeah, that feels like the logical move for sure. One of the heated moments in the season was exactly what you're talking about, that dispute between Stephanie and Rob over who threw your name out as an option for elimination. From your point of view, did you have a good idea of what really happened, or were you a little confused going into the matchup against the banker?
Yeah, I mean, you still don't know. You never know the truth. It's always their story, their story, and the truth. So three sides of the story. But you got to go in with your gut. Like I said, my game was most at risk when Rob is there. We were always cool. That was my guy. We hung out the whole time on the island. But on a game standpoint, he was the only one that was just gonna be the one stopping me. So listen, they were arguing. They honestly just kind of ruined the mojo of the whole thing. That's all they really did for me. They weren't gonna alter my decision one bit.
Okay, and we did see that you had a working relationship with Rob early on in the season, but by the end, the two of you find yourself in different alliances. Can you talk a little bit about your relationship with Boston Rob and why you weren't able to work together late into the game? Like, I understand the idea of having to take out your threat, but it seemed like you were very much on different sides for a lot of the game.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I came in. I didn't know who Rob was. He was a cool dude. We hung out. We were hanging out the whole time. Me, him, Aaron hit it off right away. Honestly, we had a little thing. I mentioned it in a few episodes ago. But then I realized that I was never going to be his number one. Rob always had Aaron, and then Aaron had Alyssa. So that kind of dropped me down to number four when you really think about it, because I know his allegiance to Aaron was pretty high. So for me, it would have been not the smartest move to stick with him because I don't really know his gameplay. I don't really watch Survivor. I think that was a big detriment to my game. So I should have been, more adamant of his game. I should have knew what he was about, how loyal he was, what is he gonna do, when is he gonna drop you, when is he gonna keep you. So that was a big, detriment to my game. But that was the thing. I just knew I was never gonna be number one with him. So it kind of sucked in the gameplay standpoint. But overall, we hung out all day. That had nothing to do with you see us having fun throughout all these challenges, drinking iced tea and all that. That never changed.
Yeah, we saw that you were very strong in the challenges. And if you were to eliminate Rob this round, who did you prefer to be competing against at the end of the game? Let's say if it came down to final two.
Final two. I mean, everybody been, you look at size, you look at the capability to do things. So you're gonna go from size small to highest. It would have been either probably Aaron or Amy, and then you go, I don't know. I mean, who's left?
I think
Steph.
Jordan, Stephanie, and
And,
is that all?
you know,
Yeah.
so honestly, any one of them, it wouldn't have really mattered to me, honestly. So, but you know, you pick Amy or Aaron first, and that would have been it.
Yeah. So what was your strategy coming into the game? Because this is brand new for everybody, but you know, the deal or no deal part is familiar, but the island part is a little different. Like I said, you handled yourself pretty decently in the challenges, but did you have a good idea of what you wanted to do strategically to get yourself to the end?
I just saw at first you come in like I came in wanting to win every single challenge. Like I wanted to be the top. I want to be immune. It ended up being a lot was like luck based. A lot was chance, and most of the time I just was not getting lucky. I'm swinging from a tree, throwing a bag with my eyes closed. How much real skill and muscle does that take? You know, not much. You know, so you go in with that mindset, like I'm just gonna just run through the competition. I know I got faith in myself to do so. Then you hit a brick wall. So now you gotta kind of adjust and be like, now you know what? Is being in the middle the best case scenario? Because once you start winning, now the fact that I started winning a few things, now I'm on people's radars. I'm at the top. I'm determining who goes in. Like when I won the immunity and the choice to I'm sorry, and the spot to choose who goes in between Dawson, Aaron, and Amy, that was kind of a big turning point for my game as well. It kind of put a target on my back because now they know Rob and Aaron know that I'm rolling with Dawson, I'm rolling with Amy. So it kind of you have to tiptoe around situations. You know, a lot of it's not in your hands, but when you can take it into your hands, it was tough because it's a brand new season and you don't know what is your benefit in that.
Yeah, can you talk a bit about your alliance with Dawson and Amy, and ultimately the Night Owls alliance, because that is the alliance that carried you through most of the game. Once you know align with them, you all were able to move forward. But what was the dynamic like working with Stephanie, Amy, and Dawson?
Yeah, it was fun. They're fun people, man. I know we get a little bad rap. I know some people not a big fan of our alliance, especially on your podcast. I know. I
It
listen
wasn't
to.
me. It wasn't me.
I know. I got something to talk to you about too after this. But I know. But listen, I get it. It's people. They come off how the edit is. You know, a lot of these edits are giving these people bad raps. You know, they're coming off as loud, as mean. I don't think we're mean. I think it's just one island. We're just laughing. We're having fun. So to be judged as mean, I think that's completely uncalled for. And bullies, that's come on. Bully, that's not bullying. Bullies like I'm gonna give you a wedgie, which I honestly, you know what, I almost gave Aaron a wedgie in episode, I think five. Maybe I am a little bully, but but they were just it's just fun people to be around. You know, it's people I never thought I would be friends with, let alone living with for 24 hours a day. So it's a whole new dynamic, and you got to adjust to it. And they made things easy to adjust to. So that's what happens when you live in it. You can only know it if you're there. I know people won't know it because they weren't there. So that's just it goes unsaid. A lot of stuff that we just went through together.
How did you end up competing on Deal or No Deal Island in the first place? What made you apply for the show?
So I applied for a show years ago through a scout on Instagram and all that. They had scouts for different shows. Nothing happened through it, but I still in contact with him. He reached out to me a couple years ago about some other show that apparently ultimately didn't go through. Like I think production got cut. So the same producers as Deal or No Deal were producing that show, and they still had me in mind when this show came out. So he reached out to me again and was like, hey, I have an opportunity. Producers have you in mind. They really liked you for the last one. Do you want to apply for this one? And now I'm engaged now at this point. So I had to ask my fiance, you know, the boss of everything, if I was allowed to do so, you know, and she pushed me. She was like, you better do it, you know, let's get this. I'm like, all right. So went through the process, and you know, next thing you know, they're calling me up. They're like, oh, pack your bags, you're going. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh, this is real. Thought it was kind of fake.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, what was your experience like watching it back now? Now that you've gone and played it, you know, your perspective, but you getting to see kind of the bigger picture. How did it feel to sit in those moments and watch, like you said, your trauma unfold again on television?
Bro, oh man, this yeah, I definitely wasn't looking forward to this week. But watching it, it's like addicting now. You're watching yourself on TV. You're like, I'm on TV. People are coming, everybody's coming over watching me. You know, it's like me, one of 13 people, well, I'm there. You know, so it's awesome. It's an awesome feeling. You know, you once you get a taste of it, now you just want more of it. So now next Monday, I'm like, damn, I'm not there. So now I'm like, now I'm gonna be sad next Monday. I was sad this Monday because I knew what was happening, but now I'm really gonna be sad because I'm not there. At least I was there, you know. But
Yeah,
it's
it's better
awesome.
when you're there for sure. Let's talk about the back and forth you had with the host, Joe. I mean, y'all were very fun to watch. What was Joe like as a host? And have you invited him over for dinner yet? Because it
Joe,
feels like that was where we were going with this.
Joe was my man. I gotta say, when he first came on the island, I knew who he was. I'm like sizing him up. I'm like this motherfucker is a pretty big dude. You know, he's kind of making me feel a little small. So when he came in with his little smirks and his little facial, all that stuff, his little impressions and all that. So now I'm looking at him, and then the days go on and we start getting closer and closer. People are leaving. So now you're having bigger interactions with everybody, especially the host. So now me and Joe were joking about the size of our muscles, what workouts. We're talking about workouts. We're talking about just like sports and all that stuff. So now we have like this little bromance that just kind of, uh magically appeared, Shout out to Aaron and his magic cards and all that stuff. They magically appeared. I don't know what happened. But then next thing you know, for the premiere, Joe had a big press run in New York, and he messaged me. He's like, "Yo, where you at? What are you doing for the premiere?" I was like, "I'm in Brooklyn, baby." And then he came to Brooklyn. We watched the premiere episode together.
What?
We hung out together. So I'm at a local this Chinese restaurant. I had a little bar, like beautiful. It wasn't an Italian dinner. He hasn't came to that dinner yet, but soon steps, baby steps. But he came. We had a good time, and that guy, man, he's awesome. He's an awesome man.
Nick, that is an amazing story. So tell everybody where they can find you, what you have going on, because we learned a lot about you on the show. We know you had a wedding coming up. How's everything going?
It's going. It's almost there. We're almost there. A lot has been going on. We were planning it during when I was away. So it was tough to do so. But shout out to my girl, her family for helping us, my family. But you can find me on Instagram at Nikki G, NICKYY__G. Twitter is Nikki G, I think with one underscore. But Instagram is the main hub of it. I got a TikTok. I got all the links on my Instagram. Follow me there. I'm gonna start a website soon. People have been asking me how I got into the King of the Jungle form, so I got to give it to them, and I got my girl a cardboard cutout when I was leaving. You want to see it? Do you want to see it?
Yeah,
You
go
want
get
to
it.
see it?
Go get it.
Let me
We got
see it.
time. Go.
Let me show you. It's right here. Look, so I got her a cardboard cutout. I got a cardboard cutout when I was leaving because I was gone for a while, so I needed to
Yeah.
feel like I was still at home. So that'd be on the website, just see the fun stuff. Big Wick Nick candles coming. I'm plugging everything right now. It's coming. Shout out to Joe M for that. So, but that's what I'm doing. So I'm just doing a whole bunch, a lot of stuff, just having fun with it. As you can see, I like to have fun and all that stuff. But yeah, man, thanks for the support to everybody listening, everybody watching, and thanks to you guys, and thank you, Chappell, for supporting the Alliance. But one of these episodes, you said something about the New York Knicks, and New York Knicks never wins.
What did I say
Hey,
that?
I heard that. I heard that. I said, wait till I talk to this motherfucker.
This is a good timing to talk to me about it too, because
That's
look at
why
the
I'm gonna
Knicks.
talk to you
Yeah.
about it. We up 2-0 right now. We're up 2-0 right now. We took an L yesterday, but we also got the W yesterday. So
Yeah. All
don't think
right.
I forgot
Yeah.
about that. I want you to know
No,
I heard that
this was the perfect time to call me out on that one because yeah, you look, it might have been the end for you, but it's definitely a good run for the Knicks all across the board, So you
Keep
all
it
heard it
going.
here first. Follow Nikki G on all social media platforms. Keep up with what he got going on. Nick, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
My man Chappelle. Thank you, brother.
Already. And so, okay, everybody, that was Nick, the most recently eliminated contestant from Deal or No Deal Island. To keep up with more of our coverage of Deal or No Deal Island, please remember to subscribe to RHAP Hit or Quit podcast feed for weekly episodes. And be sure to follow me on all social media platforms at Recap Kickback for more information on what I have going on. Until next time, peace.